Welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Toronto FC versus Minnesota United FC. MLS 2025 Week 8. Toronto coming off back-to-back draws. Minnesota, who have been reasonably good this year, comes to BMO Field. Minnesota United. Charlotte's playing Montreal, but I think Montreal will lose that game. But either way, Minnesota United playing Toronto FC. Minnesota, who has 14 points. Toronto, who has 3. Those were 3 draws, by the way. Minnesota beat NYCFC 2-1 on the road last week. 2-0 Real Salt Lake. 1-0 against San Jose. 2-2 draw, 3-3 draws. So they could score some goals. Toronto's had 2 straight draws. They started the season with a draw, then lost 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 straight. Drew 2 straight, and here we are. So, there you go. With that being said, 90 more minutes. Let's see if they can pick up a win or pick up another draw. We'll see. They can double their points total with a win. We'll see. But game will start very, very soon. For Toronto FC in goal, we have Sean Johnson. Back three, Raul Petretta, Kevin Long, Sigurd Rosted. The midfield 5 of Theo Corbianu, Davy Flores, Lorenzo Insigne, Jonathan Osorio, Cozy Thompson. Alonso's on the bench. Weird. Maxime Dominguez is on the bench as well. Okay, Robin, that's a good idea. Federico Bernardeschi and Derek Etienne Jr. up top. Really? Etienne over... Okay, all right. Can't push Corbianu up and play. All right, that's fine. All right. Starting 11 for Minnesota United. Dane St. Clair. The back 5 of Joseph Rosales, Jefferson Diaz, Romero, Michael Boxall, Bongi Longwan. The midfield 3 of Joaquin Pereira, Will Trapp, Robin Lud. And the front 2 of Kelvin Yeboah and Tani Oluwaseyi. Yeah, people cheered when he went to the penalty box, I heard, which is awesome. He looked really good. He looked really good from what I saw. From what I saw, he looked really good. It is the AHL, but you'd be worried if he didn't look good, to be real. To be real, you'd be worried if he didn't look good. Yeah, the Capitals, I know most of them didn't make the trip, but yeah, the Capitals are getting owned in the playoffs. I believe it. I think the Habs could beat them. You know what? Yeah. They're still recovering from the damn, what's it called? The chase. The chase. I know. I'll be watching. Yes, it's Ipswich. They better win. Exactly. Because hockey's a weird sport. Sometimes it goes bottoms up. It's a weird sport sometimes. You can make the Stanley Cup one year and be trash the next. Like the Oilers. Yeah, they'll make the playoffs, but they don't look the same. Or you could just lose every year the same round. Like, yes, Chelsea should be winning tomorrow. Really, a loon is your favorite bird? Okay. I prefer a Blue Jay or... Yeah, the Jackets are probably out of it, but hey, at least you got a big win. Hate to tell you, the Habs and Ottawa are the ones probably going to the playoffs, but TFC not losing today. They better not lose today. I like NASCAR, yes. F1's better, but I like both. I'm a redneck. What do you think? I started liking F1. I got into NASCAR. Didn't expect it to happen, but it happened. So do that what you will. I'm a redneck. My freaking heart said, hey, do it. In goal for Toronto, Sean Johnson. Raul Petretta, Sigurd Rosted, Kevin Long, Cozy Thompson, back four. Midfield three, Osorio, Lorenzo Insigne, Davy Flores. We're playing Insigne at the 10 over Dominguez. Okay, sure. Theo Corbianu, Derek Etienne Jr., Federico Bernardeschi. So we have a false 9 because Kerr and Brynhildsen are hurt. Coelho, Spicer, Dominguez on the bench, Charlie Sharp. Could have just started him. All right, go ahead. Dane St. Clair in goal. Joseph Rosales, Romero, Boxall, Diaz, Bongi, Long Juan. The back five for Minnesota. Joaquin Pereira, Will Trapp, Robin Lud. And the front two, Tani Oluwaseyi, Kelvin Yeboah. It is, but I am also a hillbilly. So... Federico Bernardeschi, the player to watch for Toronto. 2 goals in 7 games this season. His goal was, one of them was at Miami last week. And Tani Oluwaseyi, the player to watch for Minnesota United. How we doing, Winvo? Of course. You know what? He'll start next week, but I think he starts tomorrow. I mean, he's in form. If the transfer certificate went through, which they wouldn't have shown him to the media if it didn't, he starts. He starts. Like, he's in form. Why wouldn't he? He's in form. Why wouldn't he? Jackets can be within 4 points of Montreal. Okay, yeah, this might get... Well, if they win and the Habs lose tonight, ooh. Okay, maybe it's not as over as I thought. That's what, yeah. Sounds like what you were saying to me. Cash for player trades are actually benefiting the smaller markets a lot more than expected. Yeah, that you gotta say, that is kind of wild considering I wouldn't have expected that. I wouldn't say Philly's a small market. Hell, MLS-wise, it's not. It's Philly. Columbus isn't either. It wins games. So I can't say it's a small market. It was there since day one, and they actually win. So Colorado's a small market, though. I think in the end, the Habs will still make it, though. In the end, they'll still win. Second half about to start. Or the game's about to start, I should say. Gazdag leaving the Union surprised me. I mean, it surprised me too, but What'd you expect? Columbus was willing to pay $6 to $7 million for Gazdag. Philly set the price at $4 million plus $500K incentives. Yeah, that sounds about right. They could have got more and they didn't take it. All right, that's I mean, Columbus needed Gazdag. They did. Or they put him at striker number 10. They needed him. Would have been better if they could get him before the CCL, but they fumbled that bag. They finished that comeback, Thad Gazdag. I say yes. God knows how they would have done against Miami, but whatever. Yeah. Second half, the game's about to start. Oh, there they are. Okay. See how Toronto does. Match day 8 of the season. Damn. They gave Gazdag the number 8. He's expected to play beside Rossi, Jason Russell-Rowe. There's room for Nagby to be brought down. Another DP spot becomes open. You know what? If Nagby wasn't Nagby, I'd be like, why is he a DP? But I'm like, you know what? Nah. Even now, giving Nagby DP money's fine. You know what? That's fine. That's totally fine. Minnesota's just under Vancouver and Miami. But I'd say they're better than Cincinnati and Orlando. So Malik Badawi is the referee. I've never heard of this guy, so we'll see how bad it is. This must be a new guy. VAR referee, Carol-Anne Chenard. So, my prediction, you know what? I'm going to go for it. 2-1 TFC. I have a feeling. I may be wrong. I probably am wrong. 2-1. Minnesota wearing their black jerseys. Toronto wearing their red. I think so, yes. I believe in Gazdag. He scores goals anyway. How we doing, Dylan? Yeah, okay. Enjoy that. Here we go. Toronto versus Minnesota. Match 8 of the season. It doesn't feel like week 8 of the season. It does not at all. Am I the only one? Feels like it's flown by either way. Damn. Yeah, Bayern's going to bottle it. Yep. Yeah, Bayern's going to bottle it. Harry Kane is cursed. Bayern's going to be out of the champions, whether it is Inter or Barca. And he's cursed. They were out of the Pokal already, and we're off. Yeah. Playing forward. Toronto headed down by Bernadeschi, Insigne, Flores. I would hope so. I mean, people are a little bit late. I think there is a TTC problem on one of the lines that normally gets to BMO Field, though. I think that is the case. So, if you want to, blame it on the TTC. If you want to. Think there is. One minute in. 0-0. Yep. It could get very ugly for St. Louis tomorrow. By the way, I'll be live for that game and reviewing that game tomorrow. St. Louis versus Columbus. So, there you go. By the way, yeah, it could get ugly. I definitely think it could get ugly for St. Louis, but we'll see. Playing away. Pereira. Damn. Yeah, it's not worth watching then. How we doing, Nestor? Playing forward. Minnesota plays it around the back to Dane St. Clair, the hometown boy. Also, Louis Shea making his hometown return. I think the last time Minnesota played here, he was in the USL on loan. So, I think he was on the roster. Top of the box, shot saved by Sean Johnson. Flores. Cozy. Oh, Lord. Or it could just get ugly for Toronto. It's like that shot hung in the air for like 3 seconds. It felt like that shot hung in the air. USA are in trouble at the Summer Gold Cup. No, they shouldn't be, but if they are, Pochettino should get fired. I will say this. If the USA doesn't get out of the group, Pochettino should be fired. If they don't get out of the quarterfinal, I lean towards fire him. If they lose the semifinal, it depends on how they lose the semifinal. That's somewhat discretionary. If they lose the final, it is what it is. But at least you got there. But there's like a 25% chance it's so ugly that he gets fired. If they win, great. You did your damn job. I don't care if you have a C team or not. Hell, he seems like he's better with the MLS players anyway. Seems like his best window was January. So if it is a C team, he's probably better off Pochettino, which it might just be, thanks to the Club World Cup. He seems like he's better off with the MLS players, so do with that what you will. Seems like his best window since he's came in October was January. And the guys who actually looked like they gave a damn during the third place match were the MLS guys. I love seeing the Euro Snob see, so I don't complain about it. 4-13. Got 3 KLTFC or draw. You realize Minnesota's actually good this year? It doesn't look pretty already. No, we haven't given up anything yet, but it don't look pretty already. You might have just parted with that 3K. Let me be real. I would laugh my ass off. Sadly, I got to review the game, but I would kind of consider making a USMNT Get Out video, the style of Squid or Urinating Tree, because they deserve it. USMNT! Get out! I don't know. Pochettino. Oh, hell, Saudi Arabia. Oh, hell, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, but there's still 2 teams in the group that the USA should beat. Hold on. They still should beat Haiti and Trinidad, but yeah, if they play down a level, yeah, they could have a hard time against them. Six minutes. Seven minutes. Why does Tony Khan think everything AEW does is right? Because he's an idiot. Also, he thinks money talks. He's got a lot of it. Like, seriously, Tony Khan, like, I would rather deal with Vince Russo than Tony Khan. That's just my opinion. 7 minutes in. It'd be funny if Tyrese Spicer ends the US. That'd be funny. That would be funny. Yep. They practice on turf. It's still too cold, I guess. Oh, Lord. Can we put heating under the training pitch or something that's actually grass? I don't know. Bring out an industrial heating fan, space heater. I don't know. Something like that. I'm not sure. Would be better than playing on turf. But they're playing on regular grass. So if they could play on regular grass by April of the year, practice on grass. Oh, by the way, so hey, they played in freezing rain 2 weeks ago. How about you practice on grass? Dear God. 42 degrees or 6 Celsius. I guess they had to give Mexico a layup at SoFi Stadium. Like, I would rather start, if I'm coming in as defending champions of both tournaments, I would rather have an easier match at a positive ground for me that they just won the Nations League at, by the way. They just won the Nations League at Kroenke's spaceship. At Kroenke's hellish spaceship. So do that what you will. It may not be as easy as you think, but because he's an idiot. It's that simple. The man has no brain. He snorts a line and runs his mouth. That's what he does. He thinks his money is special. He's a mark. He's a money mark that snorts a line and runs his mouth. Ten minutes in. The sad part about Providence Park is they have to have turf because of reasons, but at least have a really good turf. But I would no. Dear God, if he did that, I swear to God. Well, at least I know we'd suck every year instead of having hope. That's the positive part about that. The positive part about that is I know we suck every year instead of having hope for no reason. So, if you just want to just get the job over with, yeah, buy it. Yes, Punk was right. Yes, Punk was right, as he normally is. Whether it drives him to do stupid shit or not, he was right. Lane Hudson is that guy. Shot over the bar by Insigne. Lane Hudson is that guy. If he doesn't win the Calder, I riot. But he's that guy. The Habs could legit have 2 straight Calder winners if they play their cards right. Because I think Demidov wins the Calder next year. We'll see how he starts off, but he should win the Calder next year. I don't think Triple H would ruin him. I mean, he did pretty well at NXT when Triple H ran NXT, so he should do fine. Headed on. I don't know if I'd say that, but I definitely understand it. Definitely understand it. Yeah, I can see that, and I hope that's the case. I think that was more of the EVPs pulling Tony Khan. See, Tony Khan built the company with the EVPs. He wanted CM Punk, but the EVPs hated Punk, and Punk probably got honeypotted into doing something stupid. And he already had the freaking brawl out. Then he didn't do. I'm not saying Punk was right about fighting Jack Perry, but you can't tell me Tony Schiavone told him, hey, tell Jack you shouldn't do this real glass spot. And Jack was being a dumbass. And then I feel like Punk played himself. The more serious that got, I feel like Punk played himself. But you know what? It's fine. He's back in WWE. So, where he should be. So, and he's main eventing WrestleMania. So, who really won? Night one, but still, who really won? Punk. '14th minute. I mean, I don't blame Dane St. Clair and Tanny Louis handing tickets to their family. They're from Toronto. Now, the stadium being empty, you could, as I said, you could also blame the TTC for that one. But from what I've heard, but as well, I mean, this team only is on 3 points after 7 games. So do that what you will. But yeah, I mean, if players are from Toronto on the opposite team, Why wouldn't they give tickets to their family? I mean, you're picking on something that I think anybody would do. I think anybody would do. But what if they're. But it's better if they're playing for Canada. They're doing that in 2 months. Well, hey, you know what? If they get tickets to an MLS game where their team is better than the other, well, they also get that too, so. Three draws. The DC draw night 1, the Vancouver draw 2 weeks ago, and then last week's Miami draw. Oh, Toronto's winless in their first 7 matches, the first time since 2012. Where's Danny Kuvermans when you need him? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? The dude's playing action figures with real people. I don't think he knows how to be a boss. Yellow card for Longwan. Bungie Longwan gets a yellow card, 17th minute, 0-0. But you fire the coach and the GM. 3 games to go. You trade Landeskog. Well, not Landeskog, my bad. Yeah, I woke up. My bad. Rantanen. You trade Rantanen, my bad. That's my bad. You trade Rantanen for no reason. Gets traded again. You don't try to keep him. To try to keep him, you just trade him. Well, you have a contending team anyway. I understand the F them picks when the Rams won the Super Bowl. I understand that. I didn't like it, but I understand it. But you trade Rantanen and you fire the coach and the GM. Okay. What? You going? Well, he did fire Robin Fraser once. I don't know if that was good either, but Mizzou to be exact. Oh yeah, MPJ did play at Mizzou. Yeah, he did. Because it's a business. Because it's a corporate business. It's a good ship. It used to, but Triple H runs a good ship, so do that what you will. Rantanen, there was a reason his agent interfered with everything. Avs tried to re-sign him at what seems to be good enough or close enough rate. Okay. So he didn't want to stay in Colorado. Well, I guess as long as you know it. Okay, but there was still no reason to fire Malone and fire the GM. There was still no reason for that to happen. That was dumb. Like, he won them a championship. 2 years later, they fire him. What? And Jokic said he had nothing to do with it, so I believe him. They're 3 games away from the playoffs, and they could still go on a run. Oh, so the agent ruined it. Okay, got it. Playing forward, Bernadeschi, 20th minute. At least it's still 0-0. I'll take it. Insigne, Bernadeschi. Bernadeschi shot save by Dane St. Clair. I mean, that was really just a muffin, but okay, go ahead. Oh. Well, Draisaitl probably easily earned. Well, I, I can't say Rantanen's much worse than Draisaitl. Draisaitl just plays with Connor McDavid. Like, McKinnon's good. McDavid, better. Well, one has a Stanley Cup, one doesn't. But one pair has a Stanley Cup, one doesn't. But McDavid, more powerful. We'll go with that. Yes, we'll go with that. Draisaitl and McDavid are more earth-shattering than Rantanen and McKinnon. So I wouldn't say Rantanen's much worse, but Draisaitl's Draisaitl. I mean, there's an argument to say Marner's better than Rantanen, but this year, points-wise, yes. And this year, yes. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true. I can't believe I'm saying that, but like the build-up. Yeah, and then they shot a muffin. Go to the net. Well, they did. They just shot a muffin. Hart Trophy winner. Nylander. It's really tight this year. Like, the Calder's obvious. The Hart Trophy. Pasternak? No. Let's see what they're saying. Draisaitl, Hellebuck, McKinnon. Nylander deserves some talk for it. He does. He does. Hellebuck, it's going to be hard for a goalie to win it. He's fallen off. McKinnon. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to say Nylander. Maybe biased, but I'll say Nylander. He deserves some talk for it. But if I'm going to have to pick between them four, Draisaitl. Free kick for Toronto. But Nylander's up there in goals. He deserves some talk for it, but I just want to say Nylander deserves some talk for the Hart. But if I have to pick from them, yeah, Draisaitl, I guess. Hellebuck fell off, and he's a goalie, so a little bit. Or he got outplayed by the other three. Kucherov, I'd still pick Nylander over Kucherov. I don't think that's really biased this year, but whatever. Cross in. Do I still think Hellebuck will win the Vezina? Yes. Yes. But Hellebuck with the Hart is the same reason why Wolff won't win the Calder, pretty much. Could have for a while, but he got outplayed. But Makar will win the Norris, yeah, for sure. He'll win the Vezina, but I don't think he's winning the Hart. It's just like Wolff with a Calder. Same reason Wolff won't win the Calder. Hell, he could be in Vezina conversation too, a Wolff, but it's really hard for a goalie to win both. Really hard. I think it's more because he got outplayed than him falling off, but him getting outplayed made it look like he fell off in the rankings. But he had to be like perfect. Like super perfect to win the Vezina, perfect enough to win the Hart. So, yeah, I believe. 26 minutes. Still the best goalie in the league, but yeah, that's not with the Canucks. Not with the Canucks. What the hell, man? Etienne Jr., he ain't going to do that with the Canucks, I can tell you that much. Whether it's because he can't or they throw him under the bus, it's not happening with them. If it didn't happen last year, it ain't happening in the future. Get him out of Vancouver, he may. I didn't say put him in Toronto. Like, I think the Canucks were the most shocking downfall this year. I did not expect the Canucks to fall off as hard as they did. But, hey, at least the Vancouver fans have the Whitecaps now, so do that what you will. 0-0, 27th minute. Oh. Not a foul? Really? But that's a foul. Good job, new referee. Good job, new referee. Dear God. Badwai. Yeah. I won't. Good job, new referee. They all suck, don't they? All the pro refs suck. Where's Elfaf? Well, besides Elfaf. But he learned because of Qatar. See, the one positive of Qatar is Elfaf learned how to be a good referee, and then they shit-canned him instantly. They put him on lower and lower amounts of things because he can't make the pro refs look bad. They put him in the corner. They put him in the corner. He learned how to be a good ref. He got put in the corner. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? No. Yeah, they even know their shit. It's a damn mafia of referees. Good. Hey, you know what? I don't mind it. I think Tampa, you know what? I'm going to call it. I think Florida does enough to finish third in the division. Florida, Tampa, first round. Toronto, Ottawa, first round. Toronto beats the Sens. The Lightning beats the Panthers. Toronto plays Lightning and they win. They go to the conference final against the Habs. I think the Habs could beat both the Caps and whatever team comes out of the other game in the Metro. So you know what? Yeah, I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. Habs hold on. They beat the Caps. They beat the Hurricanes. It won't be the Devils. Leafs Habs Eastern Conference Final as it should be. Leafs win this time. I didn't say it'd be less than 6 games, but Leafs win this time. You like Bernadeschi and Senior, but you're a Dynamo fan. Oh, there you go. Shot! Wide. He had Sean Johnson beat a Louis Shea, but it goes wide for a corner. Yes. I've been the one saying the Habs make the playoffs all year. But, you know, I believe in them. Demidov is probably part of it, though. Yes. But the Habs are better. The Habs are hotter. And Demidov probably will score like 10 goals in the playoffs. 30th minute. Wide. Flores. Just kick it out for a corner. I will say this, though. If you watch Demidov's highlights, I think his talent does convert to the NHL. I think it does. And they still got Caulfield, Suzuki, and other players. Hudson. This gets points. Now, do I prefer, if I was the Habs, would I run Dobesh over Sam in the playoffs? Yes, I would, but that's just me. That's just me. That's just me. The West will be a dogfight. And the Blues will still come out of it. I know they've lost 2 in a row, but I don't care. The Blues, they weren't perfect back in 2019. They were just really hot. They still lost a couple of games there in the playoffs and during the stretch. But the Blues will still come out of the West. Don't be surprised when that happens either. Leafs Blues Stanley Cup final. Yeah, I can see it. I feel like the Leafs are going to lose it, but I don't really lose if the Blues beat the Leafs. I kind of lose, but I don't really lose. Leafs have a freaking 58-year Stanley Cup drought. The Blues have won 2 in 58 years. My luck, right? And no foul. Minnesota gets the ball back. Yeah, my second favorite team's the one who wins 2 cups in 58 years, and both of my lifetime. The Leafs don't do shit. One of them might just be against the Leafs. That's my luck, right? That's my luck, right? 32nd minute. Even if the Blues weren't my second favorite team, I still think they could make the Stanley Cup this year. But since they are, I want them to, and I think they can. So there's both. I want them to, and I think they can. Actually, well, no, I am watching them, though, because they're my second favorite team. So maybe that's why I think they can. Delvesh has been playing good for a backup role. I think he got a 1-1A, to be honest. Yellow card for Insigne. Yeah. That's why you bring on Dominguez in the second half. Good job. Thank you. I think Canada tops the group. I think they top the group. I think the dogfight is everybody else. Yeah, some of the games are going to be tough, depending on where they get played. If they're all played in Vancouver, I think Toronto or Canada does a lot better. But I think they still top the group. 2 wins, 1 draw, 3 wins, 2 wins, 1 loss. They'll still top the group. I think everybody else is the dogfight, to be real, in that group. Mostly El Salvador, Honduras. My God, that match is going to be hell. Like, El Salvador, Honduras is going to be a freaking dogfight, though. No joke. Somebody going to bleed. I'll tell you that much right now. You're probably right, but cross in. And this is why you don't get rid of Paul Maurice. I know how you feel. The Leafs used to have Paul Maurice as their coach, and they stupidly got rid of him too. You know what? I hate the Florida Panthers, but I'm glad that when they won the cup, Tarasenko and Paul Maurice were there. I was happy for them. I was happy for Paul Maurice and Vladimir Tarasenko. I still hate the Florida Panthers, though, but I was happy for Paul Maurice and Tarasenko. I guess also at least Keith Tkachuk got to hold the Stanley Cup as well. Yeah, you're probably right, but it's like the Guatemala game last time. I still think Canada's got enough talent to handle, though. But you're probably right. It's going to be a dogfight, but I expected that. Leafs are only dressing 5 defensemen. What the hell's going on? Oh, God. Oh, God. Yep, it's setting up for the Habs to be angry and the Leafs lose. Oh, God. Oh, God. Not again. No. Oh, I have to watch that game, too, because, yeah, this game comes off early, so, yeah. What the hell? 36th minute, 0-0. If it's Canes versus Caps, who advances? Ooh, I know it goes 7. There'll probably be like a couple overtime games, and honestly, Game 7 probably goes to overtime. Ooh, both teams could advance. I really don't think the Caps are that good of a team, and they're still not over the high of the chase. They still haven't got back to playing regular hockey. Maybe they should still play the way they were during the chase. I don't know. Ovi still got it, but oh, Lord. It'll be an interesting series, but I didn't say it'd be either of them will look like world beaters. It'll probably be like every other game, right? I want to say the Canes. If the Habs can beat the Caps and it gets close, I think the Canes can beat the Caps. Carolina Game 7 overtime winner. Carolina Hurricanes. Which, there's history between the Leafs and Hurricanes in the playoffs as well. So if that series happened in the Eastern Conference Finals, there's history there too. There's history there too. Well, Club World Cup's bigger for FIFA anyway, so do with that what you will. Oh. Well, you know what? He is a pretty good defenseman when you need him to be a defenseman. If you've ever seen Marner play with an empty net, he knows how to play defenseman. Even when he's versatile, and he's had a really good year this year, but even when he was trash in the playoffs, I'm like, hey, at least he's versatile. If he doesn't flip the puck over the glass. Okay, that was uncalled for, but not this year at least. This year at least it was uncalled for, but still. 38th minute. How we doing, Captain? Yeah, I would agree with that. True. Regular season hockey's different. Pierre-Luc Dubois is a really good player. Trust me, as a Jets fan. I never said he wasn't. I think, was he still on the Jackets when they beat the Leafs in the playoff series? Yeah, no, Pierre-Luc Dubois is an amazing player. And Tortorella, I love John Tortorella. I think he's an amazing coach, but he's done some dumb stuff and he's beefed with some people he shouldn't have beefed with. Pierre-Luc Dubois was one of them. The Pierre-Luc Dubois trade thing, that was one of them where he shouldn't have done that. That was dumb. That was dumb by Tortorella. Tortorella's a tough coach, but that was a dumb feud. Like Tortorella's Babcock without the baggage. Shot past the post by Pereira. Let's be real. Well, Peter DeBoer sucks. He's trash. I don't care. I don't even think he's that good of a coach. Hey, Tortorella's on the market, Dallas. As long as John Cena wins the WWE title, he is, yes. But hell, he even made the Jay Gunther match actually get back to being hot. All they had to do was sacrifice Jimmy. Kayfabe, I know, but seriously, Jimmy Uso getting absolutely battered like he did in Europe. I mean, come on. That's what you call a kayfabe sacrifice. Yeah, all they had to do was just sacrifice Jimmy to make the Jay Gunther match work again. But he did. If he does, Miami's cheating under the table and nobody gives a shit about it. But they do have discovery rights. Exactly. I mean, who would? Like, I mean, that's, yeah, Tortorella's on the market. Why wouldn't you? It's like the Leafs with Berube. It was the obvious decision. Like, the Leafs took a little bit too long to hire Berube back in the summer. I'm like, he's the obvious decision. Why won't you hire him? He's the obvious decision. If Miami aren't the ones that sign Kevin De Bruyne, they get Gam traded to them. They have the first right of refusal to sign Kevin De Bruyne in MLS. If he doesn't go to Miami or he makes a deal to sign with another club, the other club has to trade assets to Miami to get those discovery rights to sign the player. I know it's stupid, but it's MLS. I know it's stupid, but it's MLS. Mostly Gam or Tam. I don't think you'd throw a player in there, but you're going to have to trade some of your Gam or your Tam. That's why you normally trade discovery rights for a player that's a DP player. I've seen it for a TAM player, but that's just really dumb. Same with the allocation order, but that's more of that. That's how Toronto got Omar Gonzalez. It worked out for 6 months. 43rd minute. No. None that are known. Only MLSC knows. Cross in. It's going to be right to Dane St. Clair. Goal kick, 44th minute. I agree. I know the roster rules and it confuses me. AKA, just get rid of the salary cap. Or blow it out the water to like 100 million and get rid of Tam and Gam. Hell, you could really raise the salary cap and still get rid of it. Make it all money. Hell, you're doing cash trades. Just make it all money. Uluashe turns round. Flores with a clearance. Good job. I agree. True. But I think they have extra Gam and Tam because they're expansion clubs. So that's the positive there. I think Brynhildsen, if he's healthy, he's fine. I've seen him make good runs and be good on the ball, especially the more service he has. But he has to get service. Like, do I ironically think Owusu would have done better with this team this year? Yes, I do. Ironically, I do. Maybe they shouldn't have got rid of him. With the way this team is playing, do I ironically think Owusu would have done better this year with the chaos of our offense? Yes, I think he would have, ironically enough. I think Brynhildsen needs service. He's been getting service and he's been making runs, but it's still not perfect. But I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater with him yet. Now that we have Dominguez and he's healthy, I'd give Ola some run of games. If he's not good by the summer window, we go and make the move. Especially if Insigne leaves. It's halftime, 0-0, no stoppage time. Maxime Dominguez, Bernadeschi. I still say Brynhildsen. Tyrese Spicer, Alonso Coelho. That's my thought process. Luka Gavron, if he got a run as the goalkeeper. But yeah, Brynhildsen, Bernadeschi, Dominguez. I know he's on loan, but still. Tyrese Spasser, Alonzo Coelho, Theo Corbianu deserves a shout if he could fix his mentality and use his frustrations as to make himself better instead of just shrug his shoulders. And Luka Gavron, if he got run as goalkeeper. But, Davy Flores. Let's not forget Davy Flores. So there you go. He is a little bit older, but still. Gomis, Nixon Gomis for center back, and I like Lazar Stefanovic. I also like Zane Monlouis. I mean, we're better off than you'd think. Like, these past couple of weeks are a bit more like what I would expect. But we're better off than you think. Speaking of center backs, Nixon Gomis and Zane Monlouis, who are both out with injury today, but Toronto's still been able to handle. They've still been able to handle. Do that what you will. I think he's already there, sadly. Well, I don't know if that's sadly or not, but partially, I guess. But, I mean, it shows how bad our backups are. It shows how much Kevin Long's fallen off, because I thought Kevin Long was awesome and then at first, and then he's fallen off a bit. He's still done okay today, but Zane Monlouis, I think, is already there. If he played with Long, I'd be less worried. But I'd rather see Gomis and Monlouis play together. Or Stefanovic and Monlouis. So do that what you will. I think he legit got destroyed by playing all those games that one year. Like, he was a possible big star, and then that 1 year of him playing all those games destroyed him. 2021, yes. Yeah, that destroyed him. Honestly, I feel sorry for him. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. True. That is true. But he's the type of center back where you're like, you know what? I'm not so worried about him, about his age. Like, when Kevin Long came in, he seemed more like the center back of, like, line of last defense. The fact that both of our center backs that I think is our best starters are both more running, sweeper, Chris Mavinga types compared to Omar Gonzalez, John Terry types is sort of, I don't know if that's a good sign or not. Like Stefanovic, I think, yes, he has some pace, but I do believe he's more of a shutdown type of center back. I don't see, Monlouis can shut down, Gomis can shut down, but they have pace, they have get back speed, they have sweeping abilities as well. Long is more stay at home, last line of defense, hope to God he doesn't get past. Because he ain't. Just hope he throws out a cynical tackle, but I don't know. To me, maybe it's different nowadays, which maybe it's different. Maybe you want both. Like Rawstead tries to be, I think the problem with Rawstead is he tries to be that sweeper type when he surely isn't. I think that's the problem with him. He tries to be more of a Mavinga type center back than a John Terry center back, and I don't even know if he's that good at that, but if he stayed in position, he might be a little bit better. I think him trying to be a sweeper is not working because that's not what he is. I think you're trying to. Penalty for New England. All hail Caleb Porter. Caleb Porter. Either way, but we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats. Get going, sit tight, be back. We're back for the stats at the half. All right. Current year. Current year Brazil. Worst Brazil. Easy. Current year Brazil. Worst Brazil. With that being said, possession, 48% possession to 52% possession, 3 shots to 3, 1 shot on goal to 0. We're the ones who have a shot on goal. Huh. All right. Well, there you go. Damn it. 155 accurate pass to 159, 86% accurate passes, pass accuracy to 82, 7 fouls to 6, 0 corners to 2, 3 shots to 3, 1 shot on goal to 0, 181 pass to 193, 86% pass accuracy to 82, 6 throws to 12, 0 offside to 2, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 0-0 at the half. I'd say it's been pretty even. You know? I don't say Minnesota's the better team. I won't say Toronto's the better team. I think it's been an even game. I think a draw is fair. I think the draw is fair so far. I think a team could steal a win either way. Either of the teams could steal a win. Wouldn't shock me if that happens, but I think we're going for a 1-0 game at worst. Unless some crazy stuff happens in the second half. But with that being said, I think we are going for a 1-0 win either way or a draw. Probably. So we'll see how the second half goes, but I'd say it's pretty even. We'll see what happens. I would agree with that. Sucks when both your strikers are hurt, though. I don't think that helps them, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how things go, Blitzo. I want to, but we'll see how things are going. Situation. May just make me have to wear a jersey or wear something that isn't a suit. Same for Club World Cup and Gold Cup finals, but hopefully by the MLS Cup final and such, the suit's back, but depending on situations. If I'm still in this room for the CCL final, probably a suit day. If I'm not, if I'm somewhere else, probably not. Let's just put it like that. You can't stick a suit in a freaking suitcase. Unless you want to look screwed up, so. Gonna have to be in one of those wardrobe boxes, so it's probably gonna take a while. But second half's about to start. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Y'all hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Set the second half. Here we go. Damn, that was a quick 8 minutes. Here we go. Second half. And Minnesota to kick off. Here we go. Etienne pressing. Okay, we're starting off with a good press there. Header by Flores. Petrella. Just goes backwards. Okay. Ooh. That's a bad way to start the damn half. Playing forward. There we go. Over the top. Shot over the bar. Brought down, shot over the bar. Well, they're not in Miami yet. See, if they're in Florida, they may. They haven't been in Florida at all this year? I don't think so. At least not since January. Not since Messi's been in frickin' Bernadeschi plays through. Etienne saved by Dane St. Clair. Corner on him. So. Best WrestleMania. 39. Worst. Honestly, 32. I think WrestleMania 32 sucked. Let's be real. Comparatively to other WrestleManias. Corner for Toronto. Header. 32 is trash. Let's just be real. I mean, 36 wasn't good either. Alua Shea makes a run. Yaboa. Turns. Tackle. Bongi Longwan. Plays it up. Headed away by Toronto. Davy Flores heads it away. Right to a Minnesota player trap. WrestleMania X8. The one on COVID. I mean, yeah. Like for the game, for the matches itself, they weren't bad, but the vibes was horrible. I will agree with that. But it's kind of unfair to say the COVID WrestleMania is the worst. That's why I say 32. But yeah, the COVID one's up there. Good that it was 2 days. I think the COVID WrestleMania definitely helped. Well, it did give it that freaking. It's not. Good. Okay. Playing forward, 49th minute, 0-0. $36, yeah. 32 had a few good matches. I think the ending of 32, and I don't know. Playing forward, 50th minute. Headed away. Picks up by Lud. Lud. Pushes forward. Cross blocked away. That's out for a Minnesota. No, they pick it up. Playing forward, cross blocked away. Brought down Flores with a good clearance, but that's going to be a throw. But at least he cleared it. Throw in. Cross in. Ooh. Good pickup by Insigne. Mania 27 had only one good match. That's true. True. Fair enough. 51st minute. '52nd minute, 0-0. Shot blocked away. And Minnesota are pushing up the pitch. Good roll. Thoughts on the Minecraft movie? Reactions, I mean, hey, it's good movie promotion by the fans. They don't even have to pay for it, the Minecraft movie. You know what? I guess I could see why they made memes out of all their trailers. So when people saw it, they'd react and they would do more promotion for the movie. But I'll just wait till it comes out on frickin' Peacock or whatever to watch it. Because, you know what? I wanted to see the Minecraft movie after all the meme trailers. But I'm not going to the theater to hear everybody cheer over the frickin' memes and clap and shit. I'll just wait till it comes out on streaming. Like hearing people cheer about all the memes and shit just to sit in those freaking chairs is no. I'll just wait till it comes out on streaming. Oh. MLS bitter. Well, MLS is right there, but like if we decide on how shit's going, really making a point. Taylor coming on for Bongi Longwan. Bongi Longwan is off. 53rd minute. It's a little bit early, to be real. Playing forward. Good clearance by Cozy Thompson. I don't know. Because it's a meme? That's what happens when you put your movie over as a meme. People are going to react to the memes. Boxall with a throw in 54th minute. I don't know. I don't know. Out for a throw. Or a corner. 55th minute. Here's the corner. Short. Plays it back. That's out for goal kick. That didn't work. That did not work at all. Bad idea. Bad idea. Did not work at all. Playing forward. '59th or '56th minute. Bernadeschi and Lid makes the block. Insigne. The good news is this game's getting a little bit boring. The more boring it gets, the better for Toronto. That's a good thing. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I am. Flores. Corbeanu. Corbeanu still drops it back. Cozy Thompson. Osorio loses it to Trapp because he turned the worst possible time. Good job, Cozy. Davy Flores. Bernadeschi. Shot. And that's a save by Dane St. Clair. Another muffin, but it's worth the shot. Hit that like button, get us one going. Throws a muffin on net, but you might as well. Might as well. Go to the net. Throw a muffin on net. Boom. The Muffin Man. Well, no, I can't. No, I won't do that. Muffin Man! Hey, Muffin Man! Hey, Muffin Man! '58th minute. Playing forward. Good clearance by Toronto, but it's back to Toronto or Minnesota. Minnesota. Yeboah gets in. Pereira. Cross. Shot saved. Corner. What a save by Sean Johnson. Made sure that it didn't go out to be what was the best World Cup game. Honestly, I liked the 2018 in-game update for FIFA. Yeah, FIFA 18 or the World Cup 18. Sean Johnson save. What a save. Boom. Had to close down the angle, and he did. Corner. Pereira, 59th minute. Good job there. Corner. Header. Picked up by Trapp. Trapp with a shot. Goal kick for Sean Johnson. True. But I just have a lot of nostalgia with the 2018 in-game update. A lot of it. So there you go. 14. Regular disc 14. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I just have a lot of nostalgia for 2018. 60th minute. Free kick. I wonder if they're going to do a downloadable mode for the 2026 World Cup. That's interesting. That's going to be interesting. Because it's not EA FIFA anymore. I wonder. Or do you think FIFA will finally get their game out before 2026? I don't think they'll make a single-handed World Cup game. 2K might show up before 2026, and then they do a downloadable version, but I don't know. Playing forward. I don't play Ultimate Team unless I play FIFA Mobile, so. Cross in, blocked away. So do with that what you will. 61st minute. Do with that what you will. Corbianu. Davy Flores. And Derek Etienne's offside. Doesn't matter if he kept it in. Toronto's starting to make a good run of this game. What do you think was the best FIFA Ultimate Team? Honestly, none of them. Or Madden. Or NHL. I think Ultimate Team ruined everything. See, I prefer the old games like Madden 05, where they had all these modes and such. That wasn't Ultimate Team. EA builds their teams around Ultimate Team now, and I think, and also 2K builds their teams around my team. But I think EA ruined it. Yeah, now you just play FIFA Mobile. But even then, I still play that for free. I don't buy anything out of it, so. Like, I think Ultimate Team ruined EA. Like, I love the old Madden games. I have a lot of them over there on PS2 and Xbox 360. I remember the good era of Madden. I remember Madden 02, Madden 05. Like, the two things that ruined EA was Madden had the sole NFL license and Ultimate Team. I'm not saying playing online is bad. I'm not against playing online. But Ultimate Team ruined EA. Pay to win. Have to pay to win. Microtransactions. I just want to play franchise mode. I want to play Road to Glory. I want to play. Like, that's what I want to play. And they don't give a shit about that. They don't give a shit about season mode or coach mode or franchise mode or arcade mode or any of that. Volta was like the most newest thing they've done since Ultimate Team's been around for any of the sport games on EA. Like, the best EA sports game without Ultimate Team is probably NHL. Madden's totally dead. NHL is probably the most acceptable. I like FIFA, but they tried Volta at least, and, well, teach me your ways. That was the career mode in the college games. But I'm just talking about EA in general. Literally just started them with the Whitecaps. You can, but they don't add new things to career mode and such. That's my point. Career mode's been the same for 10 damn years. Like, they have not updated career mode. Especially in FIFA, especially in Madden. NHL, I think they have, but NHL, I think they do their best with. I think they try to do more with NHL. That's just my feeling. They did nerf the gameplay, but whatever. 65th minute. That's neither here nor there. And they've had like multiple engines they've ran the game on since Ultimate Team, and it's the same thing. Like, you think building off a new engine or the Journey, which, no. See, the thing about Road to Glory that made that awesome in the early 2010s NCAA games is you made your own character, you played through high school, you played through college, you could do what you want. The Journey, they tried to do the same thing with Road to Glory, but they forgot what made Road to Glory awesome. They made Journey a scripted storyline, and you had to play as Alex Hunter, even if you didn't want to. But Road to Glory was more special than a career mode or a season mode, so. Well, they have 2K instead of EA. But even then, 2K still has Ultimate Team. But, like, you could say, but 2K makes a good game besides Ultimate Team or My Team and career modes and stuff. So EA just doesn't give a shit. Got it. So it's either or. EA doesn't give a shit, or microtransactions have ruined sports games. It's either or. I say both. 66 minute. But even EA, like when they do an NHL game, they do much better than Madden or FIFA. That'll be corner kick for Minnesota. So again, you're pretty much just saying, hey, well, yeah, at least they got that right. Playing forward. Header. Davy Flores heads it away. Over the top. I think EA's best game is NHL, which there's no competition there in the space of NHL, so weirdly enough, but I haven't played the new college game yet, which sucks because I wish I have, but I think it's only new gen, so I have not played. I did have one of the UFC games, though. I do have, I think, UFC 2, or is it UFC 3? Either way. Yep. I like Davey, but I hope Canada owns him. Or I hope he has a good game, but the rest of Honduras doesn't. No penalty. It's out for a Toronto throw. Quick throw. Don't let them. Is Brazil in off season? No, they should be going. They're in Copa Lib at this point, so they should be going. I just think Fraser. No, Yeboah dropped. Yeboah fell. That's not a penalty. No, he should be in, unless he was a sub at Vasco as well, which is not good considering. I think Palma's a good player. Yeah, Luis Palma's a good player. I wish Celtic kept him. Etienne Jr. But they got Jota back, so it's fine. But they did get Jota back at Celtic, so that's fine. I still think Palma's better than Jota, to be real. Jota had to go to frickin' the Celtic Jota. Well, Luis Palma might actually be better than Diogo Jota, too. But he might be. I will say this, though. This is why you don't go to Saudi Arabia, especially when you're young. Like Jean Duran, I don't know which one was stupider. Jota to Saudi Arabia or John Duran to Saudi Arabia. I don't know which one was stupider. Joshua coming on for Minnesota for Trap. 70th minute. Some of these Saudi Arabia moves are dumb. 2-0 Hurricanes. Well, there you go. Like, some of these Saudi moves are dumb. Like, John Duran going to Saudi Arabia is dumb. That was blind dumb. 70th minute. That was just blind dumb. Duran's a young gem, and then he went to Saudi Arabia. If he couldn't, like, why would he just not stay at Villa? Like, I know he got a bag, but dude, probably could find a bag in Turkey if you wanted to. Guess play and learn from Ronaldo. Yeah, but I have a bad feeling he pulled an Oscar. When Oscar went to China, I have a bad feeling that John Duran pulled an Oscar. See him back in Europe eventually, though. I hope so. I hope he does go back to Europe. Hell, I wouldn't mind having him at Chelsea. Because they have no striker. Like, I'd rather have John Duran than Delap. But the problem is John Duran would take so much more money than Delap. Like, I'm not... Yes, John Duran or well, they both scored the Premier League this year, yeah, for sure. But, like, Liam Delap has scored in the Prem, but I'm not too. Thoughts on CR7 launching a movie studio? Absolute cinema. I don't know what the hell he's doing. What about Jordan Henderson? Well, at least he got back to Europe, but that was stupid. 6 months in Saudi Arabia just to play under frickin' Steve Gerrard. That was stupid. Dortmund ain't going for John Duran. Maybe Delap. I could see him going there. If Ipswich gets relegated. Honestly. Tyrese Spicer coming on for Derek Etienne Jr. Let's go! Tyrese Spicer, let's go. 72nd minute, 0-0. But yeah, Henderson was stupid. Like, he was leaving Liverpool, but I feel like the only reason he went to Saudi Arabia was because Gerrard was coaching. Like, that's the only reason. I think so. I think it'll work, though. I think he did play striker a little bit at Lipscomb, so when he was in college, so I'll go with it. Let's see how it works. I think that's a smart play. Free kick for Toronto. I think it's a smart play. Then to Ajax. Well, at least going to Ajax, he got back to Europe. Like, Jordan Henderson doesn't seem like a weird move to Ajax. Like, he's older, but he's a good, experienced player. He could teach the younger players there. I don't see that as stupid. It's the Saudi part that was stupid. Like, he could have just went straight to Ajax. Or a club like Galatasaray or something where he could teach the younger players but still make a difference and be on a big team. Be a leader. And, like, he basically just torched everything he ever preached for when he went to frickin' Saudi as well. So, does he want to play for England? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Southgate isn't there anymore. He actually has to try. You got a good point. Yeah, but I think he knows that he's sort of past it anyway now that Southgate's gone. Like, I think Henderson knows his time's probably up anyway now that Southgate's gone. I think he knows that. I think he knows Southgate was probably one of the only, or any English manager themselves would have called him up. But I think Tuchel, it was always going to be hard with Tuchel anyway because he's older and Tuchel plays more of a pressing style and such. So I think it was always going to be a tough job for him to get in the team with Tuchel, even as a sub. But if Southgate was still there, I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think it would have mattered him being at Ajax. I don't think it would have mattered because Southgate's Southgate. He would have called him up anyway. And I think Carsley did too. Hold on. Playing forward, 74th minute. Here we go. Players. He still got called up this. No, actually, he still got called up this window. He still got called up in March with Tuchel at the helm. So, and Dominic Solanke also got called up. So, free kick for Minnesota, 75th minute. So, I mean, hey, Tuchel does call up some trash players. Morgan Gibbs White. Okay, that's not a bad call. Curtis Jones. That's a little bit. Yeah, he fits the system. Eze. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see. Kyle Walker, he's washed at this point. He's still called up Kyle Walker, so do with that what you will. Headed away by Petretta. So, I mean, hey, Tuchel still isn't perfect. He called up Kyle Walker. And Henderson, for that matter. And Solanke. I don't think Eze's there yet either. He's good, but I don't think he's there. He did call up Levi Colwill, though. That's pretty good. Dan Byrne. It's questionable. Pickford, he's still running with Pickford, so. Didn't call up Trent, though. 76th minute. Bellingham. Trent. Because he'll be abroad at this point. Let's see. Henderson, I don't know if he'll make it. Kyle Walker, I don't know if he'll make it. Harry Kane, if he's still playing in Germany, so 3. 3. Let's see who we got out of the other parts of the squad. Conor Gallagher, I think, okay, 4. Conor Gallagher will make it. Yeah. Maybe me as a Chelsea fan talking. Ivan Toney won't make it. He hasn't made it since the Euro. So, 4. Unless somebody moves that I don't expect to move abroad, 4. I don't think Henderson will make it to the World Cup. I don't think Kyle Walker will make it to the World Cup. I think you're delusional to do either. I think Henderson has a better chance than Kyle Walker because Kyle Walker's legitimately washed. Like, he's not even MLS level anymore. Let's be real. So 4. The obvious ones. Declan Rice. He'll still be playing for Arsenal. Unless you talk about the fact he's Irish. Unless you're joking about the fact he's Irish. Maxi Dominguez is about to come on. But he plays for Arsenal. He's still going to be playing for Arsenal next year. I don't see him moving in a year. Or at least before the World Cup. I don't see him moving this summer. Or in January. So, no. 4 players. I'm happy Liverpool re-signed Virgil and Salah. As they should have. 78th minute, 0-0. Kobbie Mainoo might be more likely to go overseas than Declan Rice. But if we're joking about, that's a lot. 4. For England, yeah. Masterclass at set pieces. He's still going to be for Arsenal. I mean, yeah, 4 teams, 4 players being outside of England for the England squad, yeah, that is a lot. Because, well, England players never really move. Especially world-class ones. Spicer loses the ball. Especially world-class England players who play on the national team. They barely move out of England. Because the England team thinks the Premier League is the bee's knees. Beckham moved. Michael Owen, he wasn't from the UK. He was from the UK. I think he was English. Might have been Welsh. Either way. Michael Owen moved. Hargreaves. Canadian. English. Insigne for Dominguez. Corbianu's off for Sharp. Charlie Sharp playing about 10 minutes. So they're actually putting on an actual striker for 10 minutes. Okay, got it. Steve McManaman. There you go. He did, yep. But yeah, you don't see a lot of English players who are national team worthy move outside of England. Unless it's Scotland. But they don't really get called up after that, do they? No, they don't. Both Sharp and Dominguez are making their home career debuts. Well, there you go. Awesome. Sharp really only got called up on the road. Like, he made a couple of debut appearances last year. Like, he only got called up on the road and played on the road when he got those short-term deals. Paul Gascoigne, he did. Yeah, Gaza. Beckham, I said Beckham. Lampard technically did. I mean, you could say Lampard technically did at one point, left England. He wasn't getting called up by then, but he technically left. He went to MLS. He wasn't getting called up by then, so does it count? Not really, but Gerrard. Honestly, though, I would say MLS has probably had the most English players in history who've played for the national team move to a league. It probably is. Keane, Robbie Keane, Gerrard, Beckham. Probably. Because MLS speaks English. That helps. That helps. Lampard. It feels like there was a lot of English players who played for the national team at one point come to MLS. Felt like that's happened a lot. Especially, it feels like that's happened a lot. Which, I guess it counts. Feels like that's happened a lot. Romero goes down, slapped by Dominguez. He got hit on the ear. My ear. Stop crying. My ear. Stop crying. 83rd minute. 82nd minute, 0-0. We got 0-0. Two subs, Sangbin and Markinich, coming on for Minnesota soon. Well, yeah. Dominguez plays forward, gets brought down. Free kick for Toronto, yellow card for Minnesota. Coincidence? I think not. Would you look at that? Play Costa Rica, San Diego, Mexico, Dominican Republic, and Arlington. Coincidence? I think not. Sorry, even if it was a coincidence, there's not a lot of Surinamese who's going to go to either of those. Well, San Diego, maybe. Dallas? Maybe. I don't know. It's going to be hot as hell. Well, it's not August yet. That's the good news. It's not August yet. That's the good news. Diaz gets a yellow card. 84th minute. Free kick for Toronto. 0-0. They could still steal a win. Either of these teams could still steal a win. Still steal a win. There you go. Cross in. Header. Spicer has room to shoot. And tackle doesn't allow him to shoot. Looks like they're going to make a third sub as well. Minnesota. Probably the next window, I would say. Spicer. Could have done it before the free kick, but they didn't. Petretta. Go Leafs. Yeah, Rory's a Habs fan. Go Leafs, go. Marner playing at the back is going to be something, though. He could do it, though. It's going to be something. 5 defensemen. Let's see how this works. Not so good. Not so good. Not so good. 3 hours later. Not so good. Well, 6 hours later. Not so good. Should have seen it coming, though. Lud. And Dominguez just played it straight to Robin Lud. Dude. Flores. But hey, you know what? The Habs and Leafs, I could see them playing the conference final against each other this year. I'm gonna call it. That's my call. Leafs, Habs, Eastern Conference Final, 2025. Yeah. Spicer, top of the box. Dominguez. Plays forward to Bernadeschi. 86th minute. Shot! Save by Dane St. Clair. '86th minute. Saved. Corner for Minnesota. Any predictions? Habs need wins. 4 games left. The Leafs want home ice. That's what's going to be tough. Harvey, Markinich, and Sung Bin coming on for Minnesota. 87th minute. Boca not being Libertadores hurts. That's called Argentinian football's losing, is going off the rails. It's called Argentinian football's going off the rails. Rosales, Markinich, Diaz off for Harvey, Panamanian Harvey, Carlos Harvey. We have Yeboah off for Song Bin. Lud. Spicer against Lud. Taylor. Oh, no. Bernadeschi slipped on his ass. No. Cleared. It's out for a throw for Minnesota. Good job, Long. 88th minute. Throw in. See if they could steal a goal. Let's see if somebody could steal a goal. Cross. Headed away by Charlie Sharp. Cleared away by Dominguez. It's going to go. I'll still believe, damn it, I actually watch. Hey, that's what you should do. You should believe in your team. At least watch them every week. I mean, I watch Toronto every week. There's been times where I honestly could have used my time better, but over these past couple of years, but I still watched them. You got to watch your team every chance you get. Got to believe. You got to believe. Avalanche down 2-0 to the Kings. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. LA's pretty good. You got to believe it's your time. You got to believe it's true. 89th minute. '89th minute, 0-0. I mean, I'll take the draw for the 3rd straight week, but it'd be nice if they could steal a goal. I mean, Toronto hadn't played too badly. They gave it away. Take the draw. Let's go. I see you're a Rangers fan. Ooh. Come on, boys. Up the Celtic. Up the Celtic. Last minute goal for Toronto. I hope you're right. Over the bar. Yep. Up the Celtic. Up the hoops. 90th minute. How much extra time? 3 minutes. So, not much. And Toronto will still find a way to ruin it. Well, I mean, yeah, when both your strikers are out. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Oh, get the ball out! I would hope so. I'd be shocked if they were out for 2 straight years. So TFC will advance on ties. This ain't CONCACAF, kid. This is MLS. I don't think Minnesota's ever been in CONCACAF. Not yet, at least. They could this year. With Leagues Cup and stuff still being there. Yeah. Helping them maybe pick up a spot that they probably... things hold, I should say. Free kick for Toronto. You can't be content with draws. You need to win. You realize how bad this team has been? Hey, I ain't the coach, sadly, so I can't be content with draws. If I was the coach, I'd be pissed off that we're not winning. Because I expect to win. But I ain't the coach. It's Robin Fraser. So if this team can pull draws out of their ass for 3 straight weeks, I'll take it. But I have more expectations than him, but I can't control nothing, so I'll take what I take. Forge next should be a good one. I agree. So I'll take what I can take, but I ain't the damn coach. Call the Pirate. You call the Pirate, I expect to win every week because I know this team can because it's not as bad as it looks. It's not as bad as it looks is the thought process. At least they're picking up points. But Robin Fraser, I'll accept a draw every week because I can't control shit. So I can't control shit. So if I could, we'd be winning. If we could, if I could, we'd be winning. Talent wins. I think we have some solid players, though. I do think we have some solid players we could build around. That's the point. I don't think it's as bad as it looks. And I think our defense, as you can see these past couple of weeks, exactly, as well, if you look at that as well. Osorio, 30 seconds to go. Osorio with a shot saved by Dane St. Clair. I'll take the point. That should do it. I'll take the point. I'll take the point. But yeah, I mean, without a natural striker, no Larea, no Monlouis. Hey, with no Monlouis, no Gomis, no Larea, the point's awesome. Without no natural striker, I'll take it. And it's full time. Toronto gets the point, 0-0. I will take it. Oh, I forgot to do that, huh? Halftime 0-0 because full time was 0-0. All right. There you go. With that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Exactly. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification one. Subscribe. Send stats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review. And then I'll see you tomorrow for the live watch-along of... Tomorrow's live watch-along is St. Louis versus Columbus at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern. So I'll see you tomorrow for that as well. Cheers. I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Review within the hour.